It's been nearly 2 weeks since the U.S. Supreme Court overturned women's fundamental right to abortion, and the full impact of what this means is just beginning to be felt. The initial shock sent thousands into the streets to rage and to cry. Patients wailed in desperation as their appointments were canceled. Women were told to delete the apps off their phones that track their menstruation cycles, lest this information be used against them to prosecute them if they suffer a miscarriage or dare to induce their own abortions. And a 10-year-old child in Ohio was forced to travel across state lines to get an abortion. Think about that. A 10-year-old, after enduring the violence of rape, was then nearly forced by the state to carry what would only be a dangerous and high-risk pregnancy and be forced to bear a child with the face of their rapist. And all this is just the beginning. So it is for very good reason that many, including many who've never voiced this kind of opposition before, were in no mood to celebrate this 4th of July. Prominent figures like Bette Midler, Padma Lakshmi, Katy Perry, Leslie Jones.
You know, I would say happy 4th of July, but it's not really a happy 4th of July, is it? Because 4th of July is supposed to stand for independence and, you know, how our country fought for freedom, all this stuff. But this ain't the land of the free. Y'all have taken away women's rights. You're trying to take away voters' rights. You're not representing anything that this holiday is supposed to be about. You know, I listen to the Star Spangled Banner and all of that, and I go, this is not the land of the free. This is not nothing that we're saying that it is. Nothing. So it's hard for me to say happy 4th of July because it feels like we're going back to slavery, you know, so maybe I should say happy back to slavery day.
Jessica Chastain and others put out messages canceling the 4th of July this year. Claudia Conway, daughter of Kellyanne Conway, yes, that Kellyanne Conway, took to the streets.
Why should we be celebrating independence when not all of us have independence? And that's why we're out here fighting for our reproductive rights, challenging the overturn of Roe v. Wade by the Supreme Court.
Videos went viral of female veterans of the U.S. military burning their uniforms in defiance of a country that has now said it will force them to have children against their will. All of this is a powerful indication of something that Bob Avakian pointed to about how we live in a rare time when revolution could be possible. As he emphasized,
as the normal way society has been ruled is failing to hold things together, and society is increasingly being ripped apart, this can shake people's belief that the way things have always been is the only way things can be. It can make people more open to questioning. In a real sense, it can force people to question the way things have been and whether they have to stay that way.
We are beginning to see not just anger at the ruling of this Supreme Court overturning abortion rights, but the specter of justice-loving people losing their allegiance to this country. As Bob Avakian goes on to say,
and this is all the more likely to happen if the revolutionary forces are out among the people, shining a light on the deeper reality of what is happening and why, and bringing out that there is an alternative to living this way.
Right now, people need to know, and you need to know, and you need to be part of spreading the word that we are living in a rare time when revolution is possible. And the revolution that we RevComs are fighting for, the revolution that Bob Avakian is providing ongoing leadership for, is one that would bring about a society where the right to abortion and birth control for women is never again put up for debate. And that would be just the beginning. The kind of society that this revolution would bring into being, that could only be established by bringing down, overthrowing the current system of capitalism, imperialism, is one that would go to work on digging up all forms of exploitation and oppression that are just considered and assumed to be permanent today. At the same time, the overturning of Roe v. Wade has cracked open deep dissatisfaction that reveals the tremendous potential and need to unite people very broadly throughout society from very diverse political perspectives in standing up now and demanding that the federal government restore the right to abortion. Now, while this shock and this rage is still fresh, now before this horror has been normalized. So it is crucially important that Rise Up for Abortion Rights has been giving organized expression to this fury and welding it together with the concrete demand that the federal government restore the legal right to abortion nationwide now. And that this past July 4th, Rise Up for Abortion Rights led protests in dozens of cities across this country declaring, when women are not free, no one is free. Here we want to show you some footage of what went down on July 4th.
We demand legal abortion! Legal abortion! Nationwide! Nationwide! Now! Now! Without this basic right! Without this basic right! Women can't be free! Women can't be free! Abortion on demand! Abortion on demand! And without apology! And without apology! Rise up for abortion rights! Rise up for abortion rights! For abortion rights, rise up! For abortion rights, rise up! I said 4th of July! 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 I said when women are not free! When women are not free! I said no one is free! I said no one is free!
Rise up! Rise up for abortion rights! For abortion rights! Rise up! Rise up!
No peace! No peace! We said no choice! We said no choice! No celebration! For procreation! My body, my choice! My body, my choice! My body, my choice! If women are not free! If women are not free! No one is free! No one is free! Our future! 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 Our future!
We're here to read letters from Latin America. These are letters from women in Mexico that were a part of the Marea Verde that are here writing to you as a way to bridge and to have international solidarity.
Mujeres, hoy estamos escribiendo historia. En nombre de todas las mujeres, te animo a que hables por nosotras. Tus hermanas mexicanas están de tu lado. Con amor, una mujer mexicana que cree en la verdadera libertad.
Girls, today we are writing history. In the name of every woman, I encourage you to speak for us. Your Mexican sisters are on your side. In the end, all the fire that they throw at us to make us burn, we turn it into a huge and incandescent bonfire propelled by the flames of our love, our courage, our hope, and actions so that the day finally comes when we can have a life and give life or not to whom we decide and in our own way.
This letter was written by one of my best friends from Mexico, one of the women that marched side by side with me in the Marea Verde in 2020.
So let the Congress, the Supreme Court, or even the White House tremble because they have now awakened warriors in you. Fear not, women. You have sisters around the world watching your backs as you enter this fight. Be strong, be fearless, be unstoppable, and let the repression and fear they once planted in you help you grow your wings to fight back. Women, we believe you. We stand with you. We fight with you, and we will get what we are entitled to. Mark our words.
With the overturning of abortion abortion rights, what to women is your 4th of July?
4th of July is fucking horseshit. Can I say fucking? I'm sorry.
You can do that.
It's fucking horseshit.
I think the 4th of July, there's nothing to celebrate for women. If we don't have the right to an abortion and if we're not free, none of us are free.
I just want to say fuck 4th of July.
Okay.
I don't feel free.
It's fucking bullshit right now. Absolute fucking bullshit. I mean, the chant says it all. When women are not free, there's no freedom to celebrate. We've just had rights taken away. We've had our freedom taken away from us. Why the fuck should we be celebrating? I can curse, right?
I actually always used to love the 4th of July. I mean, my family has been in America for a very long time, and so this is my country, and I want to be able to celebrate the good things about it, but with everything that's going wrong right now, I can't be happy about the 4th of July today, and it's been a very sad couple of days for me because I'm just realizing that big part of who I am and my culture is not worth celebrating today.
We had our rights taken away, and so we're supposed to celebrate independence and freedom, like for who? With chains around my uterus and our bodies not being in our own control and their futures and our lives, the course of our lives not being in our control. Like, that doesn't represent freedom, and so that's why I'm here and not celebrating the 4th of July this year.
We're all livestock now. If we can be told what to do and we're just here for reproducing, we're livestock. So, no, fuck it. There's no Independence Day. There's nothing that we are independent of.
I mean, it scares me because if like I was 13, and when I was like 13, 14, if I would have gotten pregnant from what happened to me, like if I had to carry that child term, I would have ended my life.
How does that make you feel?
It makes me angry. It's heartbreaking. It makes me furious, and like I cried when I was the first protest I came to. I was like crying the whole time because it's demeaning. Like for the federal government to basically say like I'm a second-class citizen and I don't have control over my body. Yeah, it makes me furious.
Why are you joining?
Why? Because I got out of my car and I'm for abortion rights.
This is my protest to America because I see everyone waving around their regular American flag because it doesn't feel right to celebrate America. Right now, our rights as women are being taken away. So what would you say to people who are not in the streets right now?
I would say you're being selfish. You're being really selfish, honestly. And if you're celebrating today, then you are either ignorant, you don't know what's going on right now, and you need to get with it right now because you are not standing up for the loved ones around you. I'm sure you have someone in your life that has a uterus, and you are not standing up for them if you're not in the streets right now and you're celebrating. We shouldn't be celebrating. We should be demanding legal abortion out here in the streets.
Legalize abortions. Legalize abortions. I think it's right. We legalize abortions. I got 5 kids and I'm going for legalize abortions. I love kids, but legalize abortions. Not every woman needs kids, okay?
If you don't do nothing, there will be long-term consequences. The Handmaid's Tale may be fictional, but it's already here upon us.
Get out on the streets because that's how we got our right. That's how from Argentina all the way to Mexico, we went down to the streets and we were all together doing this. So if we do this, things are going to be good, but we have to get out on the streets.
These protests built on the very crucial role that Rise Up for Abortion Rights has played over the last 6 months, planting a fighting pole and a refusal to accept the enslavement of women. It's important that everybody who is part of this, all the artists and writers, the thousands and thousands of students and young people, the women who shared harrowing stories of their pre-Roe abortions, and the many with ties to Latin America and its beautiful, furious green wave for abortion rights, and everybody else who took part with Rise Up for Abortion Rights and taking the streets and disrupting society needs to appreciate how much this mattered and continues to shape things. It is also crucial to give backing to and learn from those in Rise Up for Abortion Rights who have stood up to and persevered in the face of vicious, unprincipled, piggish attacks on them by opportunists in the so-called movement who did nothing themselves to lead people and mobilize people to fight against the overturning of abortion rights. In the next segment, Andy will speak more fully to these attacks, including the vicious attacks that have been leveled against Bob Avakian and the Revcoms. But here I want to highlight those in the Texas chapter of Rise Up for Abortion Rights, who have not only repeatedly led people into the streets again and again, including a march of 10,000 the day after Roe was overturned, But they have done this in a state where armed fascist vigilantes often come out and confront and try to intimidate protesters, a state where abortion has been banned, a state governed by outright fascist lunatics. What they have done shows the potential, how even in the heart of red MAGA country, things can be very two-sided. And then, just as the Rise Up for Abortion Rights chapter in Texas was rising to the occasion of this new challenge of the overturning of Roe, out come these gutter-level attacks from piggish opportunists in the so-called movement, trying to wreck and destroy everything they are doing. And not only did they persevere in the face of this, they continued to reach out broadly to the millions and millions of people who are newly awakened and outraged, and to call them forward in struggle. And this is how they organized and mobilized 1,300 people to march yet again, including taking 2 major bridges and reaching and inspiring and challenging many thousands more. This is important. This will not be the last time people standing up for justice will be attacked, including by those claiming to be woke. But no one ever said that changing the world would be easy, and we're not here to ask permission from some assholes. Right now, everyone who cares about women and girls and who cares about justice overall needs to join with Rise Up for Abortion Rights, needs to reach out broadly in society and mobilize others to stand up and protest this Saturday, July 9th, and then going forward all month while Congress is still in session and this wound and this shock is still fresh, to demand that the federal government restore the legal right to abortion nationwide now. At the same time, lift your sights to and get with the revolution that humanity needs to put an end to this madness once and for all. The revolution that is becoming increasingly possible now. To close out this segment, I want to play one more clip from the recent rally for abortion rights in Los Angeles, where people performed Canción Sin Miedo, the song without fear, which has become an anthem of women throughout Latin America standing up against femicide and the oppression of women.
So it's a song about the freedom of women. I hope you enjoy it. It's called Canción Sin Miedo, which means song without fear. And I have DC here today to play the guitar for us.
Las calles que teman los jueces y los judiciales. Hoy a las mujeres nos quitan la calma, nos sembraron miedo.